Hey, what's up guys? So Uniden just released firmware version 1.24 for the Uniden R7. Now 1.24, it's actually a pretty minor update. There's not a lot of changes. It's pretty much a couple bug fixes and small improvements to the detector. Performance, filtering, and features are going to be otherwise unchanged. I'll put a link in the video description to where you can go download the update, as well as a tutorial that you can watch as far as how to update. And in this video, I just want to go over what the 5 different changes are in 1.24. Now, the first thing has to do with the volume of the detector. Some people complained with the R7 that the maximum volume can be a little bit too low, and so they've actually increased the maximum volume level. The volume used to go between 0 and 6, and now it can go from 0 to 8, so just increasing the maximum volume.
These go to 11.
Now, the second thing is a fix to the voice announcements. There were times when the detector would maybe only partially say maybe the direction but not the radar band, or there were other times where it would even repeat the same thing over and over, saying front, front, for example. 1.24 pretty much just fixes the voices so that they work properly when you get an alert. There's also been a fix to when you're detecting a radar signal as well as a red light camera or a speed camera simultaneously. Before, when you're detecting the speed camera or the red light camera, it would not alert you to the radar signal after it gives you the initial alert to the red light camera. Now, after it gives you the initial alert, it will then revert back to the radar signal so you can continue to hear the ramp up after it's told you about the red light camera or the speed camera up ahead. Now, the next fix has to do with the K-block feature. This is a new feature introduced with the last firmware update that helps the R7 filter out Hondas and Acuras. It pretty much just rejects any signals, legitimate or false, within the frequency range where you'll typically see BSM alerts from Hondas and Acuras. Now, people were sometimes seeing that there were times when the detector would alert even with the filter enabled. It turns out there was a bug. If you had MRCD detection turned on the R7, sometimes you would actually see punch-throughs even with the K-block filter turned on. And so with 1.24, they fixed that so that K-block works properly even if you have MRCD enabled. And then finally, the last thing is just a change to the way the power button works here on the top of the detector. There were times where if you're messing around with the detector and you press the power button, maybe by mistake when you're configuring settings, it would just immediately shut off the detector. And so now they've changed it to where to shut off the detector, you have to press and hold the power button for 2 seconds in order to have the detector turn off, just to avoid any sort of accidental powering off of your detector. But other than that, that's it. So you can see it's just a couple of small changes and bug fixes to the detector. Now again, if you want to update, link is in the video description to grab the latest update from Uniden, as well as my video tutorial on how to update, as well as another link for those of you guys if you have any trouble with the update, where you can go on RDF to get some help, and people can actually help you troubleshoot and get the update loaded into your detector. But other than that, that's it. Pretty simple and straightforward. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.